defense was outstanding, flipping the field, our coverage units. I thought Doris and Lukey really got down the field to help on a lot of that. I thought Will Harris played at a high level on teams. The takeaways, right? I thought our defense set the tone for the game when they went out there, got the takeaway, set the tone early in the third quarter, got off the field twice, 2 stops, and then, finishes the game with an interception, which was huge. I thought we were disruptive all day. We hit the quarterback, and played an aggressive style of football, which we have to do over there. That's got to be the way we do it, and really came up big. And ultimately, I thought we complemented each other very well, all the units, all 3 of them. Offensively, we knew we were going to have to be patient, but really the pass game was going to be an extension of the run game, and that was what we felt like we needed to do to loosen that defense a little. And then when we needed the run game, it came through in a big way in the second half. So, I thought Goff and Gibby really played at a high level. That offensive line, for as many times as we threw it, I thought the protection was outstanding. Josh Reynolds comes up big for us again. Sam Laporta comes up big for us again. And defensively, D. Barnes, that pick at the end, but he really played at a high level throughout the whole game, and he really has all year. And then Germ and Iffy and Hutch, really helped us out there too. So it's a really good win. It certainly was a team win. Took everything we had. We knew that wasn't going to be easy, but it's an excellent win. Questions? Well, where do I begin? Look, let me start with what he did and what he does. The amount of hours that he grinds on tape to prepare his players, his coaches, but himself, for what he thinks is going to come and for where he feels like the game's going to go and what he feels like he needs to call in that time relative to what he believes that coordinator is going to call. There's nobody that works harder. There's nobody. And he's got great vision for putting a plan together. He understands football very well. And when you start talking about his leadership, he's one of these guys, he's special. He's special. He's got it, his ability to communicate, to relate, to push, to grind, to love, demand. He's got it all. He's an outstanding communicator. He's an outstanding teacher. He just, he is. That's why I say I'm fortunate that he's on staff with me. He's better looking than me. Other than that,
There was a situation at the end of the game with the kneeling where Tampa realistically forced you guys to kick a field goal with 35 seconds left. Can you just explain that from your perspective? Were you aware there was a possibility they could have done that to force them?
you're talking about at the very end.
Very end.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look, well, first of all, we didn't handle that whole thing well on our end. We should have bled it more than we did. Look, I'll be the first to admit that, and that's on me. But, yeah, we knew they had a timeout left, and I could tell he wasn't going to call it, and so that's how it ended.
Challenge, but can you speak to that and what you
Yeah, I'm sorry. Will you just start over again with it?
Sorry.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Frank was talking about, or Ragnar was talking about the challenge that Tampa presented in the looks, this, the way they disguised
Yes.
his,
Yeah.
he, and the way he and Jared were communicating, trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
He said that was the most enjoyable part, really, of the game. And
Yeah.
he loves that part of football.
Yeah.
I think it was this tough guy fighting with injuries and all that. He said it too, but I was curious if you speak to that part of what makes him so valuable.
Yeah, look, I will. It's so. Look, every week, every day of the week to prepare when we have special teams meetings, we have our team meeting, then we go special teams, and during that time, the O line and golf and the backs come upstairs, and we go over all the blitz looks, and we've kind of got our whole big screen there, and we go over all of it. And so you're already working through those, and you're working through your base rules. This is what we need to do. This if we happen to get this look, blah blah. So they go through that, and it's imperative that Frank and he are on the same page, and that they understand there could be these very few looks that haven't shown up since week 2. We may need to be ready. If it is, it's a rule breaker, and we got to do this with it. And that's not easy. But to your point, Frank loves that stuff, right? There's some guys that get a lot of anxiety over that, and Frank is not that way. Like, Frank loves that, right? He loves to be tested in that regard. And so, man, to have those guys on the same page, I mean, it means everything to, especially when you throw it like we're throwing it. I mean, it's everything to your pass game, and it's another one of those reasons why we were able to keep him upright yesterday. So, Frank prides himself on the mental side of the game. Not only that, protection, but the run game. Like, he wants to give me the game plan, give it to me early. He's like, we times we hadn't got it spit out yet, and it's 4:30 in the morning. And he's on one of our young coaches to, hey, I need this thing now. So he prides himself in it, and it's one of the reasons why he's arguably the best center in the league. He is the best center in the league, in my opinion. Yeah, he does a great job. I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, other than just crossover tape that I've seen throughout the year, I haven't been able to get to him yet. I've been trying to put this game and then other things kind of, to bed.
In your post-game comments, you didn't look good for Jones this upcoming game. You report out that he had surgery, something very similar to what Frank maybe had done. Do you see him having a shot at Super Bowl if you're able to advance
It's hard to say. I mean, I think the timeline could be there. It's just a matter of, how fast this thing heals and what it feels like, but I think there's a possibility, but we'll see.
How beneficial is it just that you've had the depth that you've had there and getting the reps they've gotten through the various things you guys have had over the last 2 years?
Yeah, it's been big for us. We've had a number of those guys that have played for us and have banked a lot of reps. I mean, there again, Yodi gets to go in and he did some good things for us, and he's played though. He's played quite a bit for us. He played for us last year, and now he goes in this game. He's going to be able to get you're the starter. You're getting all the reps. You're preparing with the rest of those guys in there, and so that'll be good for him. But it is big. I mean, that's why you have depth. That's why you develop those guys and give them a chance to play, practice, because you're going to need them.
I don't know how many questions Jared answered in the last few weeks from us about the moment when he gets big. It seems like he calms down. What is it about him that, especially yesterday in the second half, that he can be so cool under pressure that you've seen with him so close to different?
Yeah, it's the way he's made. It's just. I mean, I think that's one of those traits that I believe he learned over time. Probably some of it. I don't know. Maybe his father. Maybe it started there. Just his experience, his time playing the game at a high level in big games, understanding, what's coming next. But he does do a great job with it, and he does stay calm. He does stay cool, and he knows even if it feels a little shaky, a little rocky, it'll smooth out. It'll smooth out. You just keep playing ball. But it's one of the reasons why he's able to play at a high level. It's one of the reasons he had a fourth quarter like he did yesterday, because of what you just said. He can just hang in there, and he'll get in a rhythm. He'll start finding some throws, and get hot for us.
He did call you the greatest leader he's ever been around, so do you take any credit for that?
I don't take credit for that. That is it's flattering, man. It's I got a tremendous amount of respect for golf, so when he says something like that, that means something to me. But I'm fortunate to be around a number of great men and women in this building, so and to be able to coach those guys is an honor.
Final home game for you. I mean, this really started before the season that you guys sold out season tickets for the first time. I just wondered if you could comment on the bar that you guys have kind of set for that environment inside that building.
Look, this is where we wanted to get it, right? This is where we wanted to go. This is for all the Lions fans, this was the whole idea, right? And I know it's everybody been dying for it for so long, but this is the point because of what we just saw in those last two playoff games. The environment in there is better than any you're going to find in the NFL. I mean, back-to-back weeks. The eardrums are just banging. The only thing I thought I would get a blown out eardrum, it didn't happen this one. We'll work on that next year. But it was electric, and it was. I mean, I brought this up last night. But if you're an opponent, that's tough to play in. But you also walk away going, man, you'll never forget that environment. It's special to play under that kind of duress and stress, and a home crowd that's not your own. So we got something special that we built, all of us together, and I'm talking about the fans with us. So this is just the beginning. Yeah, both of those guys are the consummate pros. I mean, they go about their business, and they give us everything they've got every week. I mean, I can think of 2 rushes we got last week from Charles against Decker that were, outstanding. I mean, so just you talk about preparing the guy across from you for what you're getting ready to face and doing what I can. All right, well, this is where I got to help the team, and not only that, but just to mention what they do for the young guys around them, and to try to help them, prepare them. They don't sulk. They don't, doesn't mean they don't like it, but they handle it like pros, and they're very much a part of all this. They help us win.
I was most curious, this is kind of uncharted territory for us here too. How much more do you have at your plate just with like non-football stuff? How do you squeeze that into the week with all the, games and regular football stuff?
Yeah, I don't know if I entirely know what all is yet to come. I know there'll be some extra obligations, and I got to start looking out a little bit, scheduling things of that nature. But I think it should be good, And if anything, I'll just turn my back on those other things and get ready for this game. So, it'll be good. So, I'm not worried about that. I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. We may keep things very similar to last week. Yeah. Okay.